Alright, welcome guys and ladies and gentlemen to the patch rundown. So, talking about 7.24 patch notes, this is last year they didn't have a set of patches or a set of hotfix patch changes between the end of the year and like this Christmas and January. I know during that time a lot of people got mad because the game felt like it needed more changes at the time, especially during preseason where you should have pretty much the most amount of changes in the game. And so they decided this year to do a hotfix while, or right before they go on the holidays, which is a good idea. I like it a lot. There's a couple problematic things in this game. I talked a little bit about it on Beyond the Rift. I think poke is too good right now, and then I also think tanks are too good. And so I think if you're able to touch mainly on those two things, a lot of those which are rune based like Comet and Scorch, then you'll be able to have like a way more balanced game. And generally that's what I'm looking for these patch notes. Anyways, let's go look. See what's in here. There'll be one more set of balance patch notes before the end of the year. Well, here it is. The B is for balance. All right, that's it's already live. Cool. With the removal of Fervor and Summon Area being particularly good on poke top laners, the top lane landscape has been rough for fighters. We're buffing up a bunch of the worst hit fighters, giving the TMI line some love, making Giant Slayer less effective against fighter item builds, and bringing down certain range top laners who abuse the new poke masteries like Comet and Area. Sounds good. Aatrox, just a lot of base damage buffs. Cool. Jace. Ooh. Jace is one of the fighters I wouldn't give buffs to. No offense, Jace mains, but this champion is already, in my opinion, fairly overtuned. Oh, but what did they do? Oh, they nerfed Jace. Oh, I like it, actually. I think Jace is actually probably still too good. Right now, top lane meta is tanks and tank beaters. And Jace is one of the... Jace and, I think Rumble are two of the only tank beaters available in the game. So, actually, they decided to nerf Jace, which is pretty good. The Thundering Blows nerf by 5 seconds level 1 is actually huge. That's a humongous nerf for laning phase, which is pretty good. I always thought Jace eventually needed nerfs. It's just interesting that he gets nerfs in this patch. Kayn. So Kayn is a top laner. He's got similar issues as other fighters in the list. Alright, cool. They gave him some attack damage growth, and the Ross has more spellband versus champions. Ooh. So his red form is a little bit better earlier, and I think that's cool. Okay. Well, typically you should be going red a lot of times anyways, especially because it's just very powerful unless you already have frontline. So I like the fact that you get more spell vamp when you proc it. This is a really big buff for like around level 9 to 11 when you get your red form or your first passive. Or sorry, your passive change. Kled, he gets a little bit of buffs. I've been getting smashed by Kled, but I mean, he probably did need some help. Buff on Jousting of all things. Each 10 damage buff really translates to 20 damage because you can use it twice. I guess this is nice. Renekton buffs. Nice. Teemo nerfs because he's doing too good. Okay. Yasuo got buffed. Oh, he got MR. Whoa, why is he the only person that gets MR on this? I guess Riot's just really scared of giving MR to other fighters. This is such a nice buff. He got MR and he got 20 damage on Steel Tempest, which you max first, by the way, so it's pretty good. And you can cast Last Breath from longer range. That's pretty good too, about 10%, 12% buff. Wow, I'm surprised they buffed Yasuo this much. Surprised. So Tiamat line, they increased the damage by Tiamat by 5. Titanic got increased by 5. Alright, this is cool. They made the early team a little bit better, and Giant Slayer they made it so the health difference is a lot different. This is pretty much quite a big nerf overall because you're getting a lot of extra damage against non-tank threats as well for if you're AD. So this is probably gonna end up being like maybe people start going Executioners more or Mortal Reminder more, as opposed to Giant Slayer that people were going beforehand. Lethality. We've added 2 lethality to Serrated Dirk Islands when preseason began, but it turns out we didn't need to. This is a hit to Pantheon, by the way, in case you're Control F. That's funny. Okay, so a bunch of nerfs to penetration bot laners. MF and Jhin get slightly nerfed. Assassins get nerfed, and Pantheon gets nerfed as well. So I don't really mind this. As an assassin player, I do agree that maybe it's a little bit overboard, and some of the impact is still in the game. So mid lane, Azir, probably the best mid laner in the game right now, should get some nerfs. So what did they do? They nerfed his soldier damage. by a little bit early. A decent amount, like a 20 by level 12, 20 by level 18. Okay, that's good. He needs nerfs. Anything would help in this situation. Is Cassiope got buffed? A little bit of AP ratio, which actually translates to a lot because you get multiple E's off on the champion, and you get a little bit better mana for your Q. This is really nice buffs for Cassio, by the way. Corki, he got nerfs. Probably because Corki right now is really, really good with fleet work. He heals a ton, and I think he's super strong, actually. A lot of people aren't playing Corki, but at 2 items, Corki's a monster at the moment. Cat, honestly, I expected this to happen. Anytime Cat gets really high win rate, and especially because she uses sudden impact really well, she is very, very strong against people who don't know how to play against her. I think at the top level, Katarina is not very good, and so anytime you try to balance around, like Katarina is always going to be balanced around like the average player base, because you can never balance this champion competitively, or else she would get so many buffs that she would stomp the other elos, which understandable for me, but I would say right now she didn't necessarily need nerfs in the first place, especially I think as the people play more against her, but I can see why they did nerf this thing. They nerfed 15 damage on E. This is pretty important, actually, because in the all-in you get 2 E procs, especially early. It's really nerfs her level like 2 all-in, level 3 all-in by a lot. And so, especially because, yeah, this is just quite a big nerf. It's pretty annoying, but I can understand why they did it. A huge nerf for Cat. Zoe, when she casts R while Power Star is active, the star's range now changes when Zoe appears at the cast location rather than the portal. The timing of QQR is less forgiving. Okay, I think that's good. QQR kind of cheats Zoe because you need to be visible for the other team to counterplay, and this is a good way for them to be able to nerf the rotation. It's still possible in the game, but you just don't have like a full second of leeway to do it. I like it. I think it's not bad. Damage being thrown around bot lane is too high for our liking. The large part of this combination is Sorcery Poke and all-in Lethality Marksman. On the Poke end, MF is spammed, yes, Arcane Rain, Make It Rain, and it's a downpour for all-in. It's the biggest non-lethality offender is Leona, and the lethality changes we mentioned above. Okay, so nerfing attack speed for Ezreal. That's not anything that oh, I guess it's Poke. This is a huge attack speed growth nerf. Wow. I guess they're thinking that Ezreal got too much attack speed from both passive and Trinity Force on average, so they decided to nerf Ezreal. Surprised this is how they went with it. I don't necessarily disagree, because I think he's very, very strong right now, but just surprised they decided to go that way with it. They're nerfing shield her Q damage. I'll be honest, with Leona, the problem isn't Leona's damage. The problem is Aftershock with Leona makes her too tanky, so she's able to take bad all-ins and still live in them. And so, you want to nerf Leona damage? Fine. But in the future, after you nerf Poke, someone's going to have to nerf Aftershock, because it's too good right now. And when that happens, Leona is going to fall because of it, because not only did you nerf her damage now, but in the future you're going to have to nerf her Keystone. So, just something to keep in mind. Like, I don't necessarily think she needs this over nerfing Aftershock. I think after you nerf Aftershock, that's when you decide, okay, well how strong is Leona? The thing is, Aftershock couldn't be nerfed before Poke damage gets nerfed, but since they're nerfing Poke damage right now, you're gonna have to look at Aftershock in some way, shape, or form, and it's gotta be soon. Make It Rain. The cooldown got increased by a lot. 4 seconds at 1 to 10 seconds to the same as before. Okay. Making some MF can't be as oppressive. I like it. Lethality all got nerfed, and part of that affects bot lane quite a bit. Rammus, we added a new innate attack speed bonus as another way to tune champions, but in this case, his ganks are strong enough that he doesn't need the early boost to clear speed. Really? I don't think Rammus is that good. I think he does need this. It's just that he snowballs really well off kills and if you're out of position. So, okay, you nerf Rammus, but I think without this, his first clear and his relative clear is going to be so bad, he's going to be abused really easily. Which at the moment, I think that like really good junglers are abusing him anyways. Sorcery runes offer too much power. We're hitting its damage. Nice. So sorcery. Oh, they're nerfing the AD and AP you get. Okay. Don't think this is necessary, but okay. Nerfing Manifold Band, great. I think it could be nerfed to 90 seconds, actually, because I just think this is that good. Scorch, they're nerfing to 20, which is something that I talked about a long time ago. Scorch gives you the value of a Keystone at level 1, and it's just so much damage at level 1. I don't mind Scorch being in the game, but it compounds the poke damage problem in the early game, and I think nerfing it was great. And they didn't nerf Comet. Wow, I'm really surprised. They just nerfed Scorch. It's definitely a step in the right direction, though. I like this. Comet's probably going to be on their hit list pretty soon, though. And this isn't a full-fledged patch. Okay. Tooltips is gonna be out for a while. I'm surprised on the fighters they didn't look at stuff like Aurelia. Because I think in Jax, champions like those are ones that got hit quite a bit. And additionally, I'm really surprised they didn't nerf Ornn. Probably the best tank in the game. Super god tier pick. Literally the best champ in the game, period. So I'm really surprised that they didn't touch that guy at all. Like, at all. He's still going to be god. I was hoping, aside from that, everything else really helps. This especially helps tune down the bot lane poke by quite a bit. And just poke in general. And I like everything else that they did with this patch. But yeah, Ornn's still insane. Cap players are going to hate this patch. What this means is the longsword opener the cat nerf means the longsword opener is a lot less valuable because you're not gonna be able to get those cheese kills level 2, 3 anymore. I'm probably gonna go back to going D Shield or whatchamacallit, Dark Seal, because you're just not gonna be able to get the kills. And with that being said, you need the extra sustain to be able to lane out. Was fun for a little bit, but yeah, not possible anymore. Overall, good changes. I like it. Everything's good. Well, that was really